what's up, guys? Welcome back to another review. This time around, we're here to talk about Techland's Dying Light the Beast. So, Dying Light the Beast is a continuation of Dying Light 1 with the character Kyle Crane. Now, I don't know if it technically fully skips Dying Light 2 in the sense of adding characters from that game, but I will tell you this. The amount of time that I have spent with this game since I got the code and since it is launched is ridiculous. Like, I can't tell you guys how much I love this freaking game. Everything about this game from start to finish has been a stellar experience, and I've got to tell you, it is something really fascinating, and it's a game that I didn't know that I needed, that I cannot stop talking about, man. I can't stop playing. I can't stop thinking about the game. Every chance that I get to play more of this game, I'm finding myself, running to the console to play it. It is continuously showcased the reason I have always said that Techland is one of the best studios out there when it comes down to releasing survival horror games. And the work that they've done with this game has just has literally beaten every expectation I could have ever thought. So in Dying Light the Beast, you are Kyle Crane. After being captured by the Baron and enduring his painful experiments for like 13 years, you escape, but the scars remain. Left on the edge of humanity with both human and zombie DNA, you struggle to control your inner beast and the conflict that comes with it. But you'll need to, if you want revenge, find out where the Baron is, track him down, and take back what is yours, which is your humanity. So, half man and half beast. Become Kyle Crane, a unique hero with DNA of a survivor and a beast. Switch between two play styles and experience a fierce inner conflict between a man and a monster, leading to the ultimate embrace of unstoppable strength. So this is truly the case in this game, okay? So as you play and as you upgrade your character, you are able to unlock new abilities, like the sense of switching instantaneously between your man form and your beast form. So eventually I was able to upgrade my character enough to where I had this ability, and it really comes in handy because there's sometimes when you're playing the game and you don't have the ability of just being able to click L3, R3 to activate your beast mode, it instantaneously activates. And sometimes I found myself found myself in a situation to where I only had a few zombies left, and it would activate and I wouldn't really get the full experience of the beast mode because I would be right there on the precipice of turning, and then it would instantaneously turn even though I had like 2 zombies left. So I'd have to sprint around trying to find more zombies so I can get good XP for that situation. But with that being said, once I did unlock the ability of being able to move around and not activate my monster ability just yet, I was able to control it with L3, R3. It was a much more enjoyable experience that continuously kept me on the edge of my seat. So something else that's really great about the game, of course, is the combat as well. The combat is very intensive, and it's very in your face, and that blends really well with the graphical presentation in this game. So one thing that I was about to say Dying Light development. One thing that Techland did is not just improve the graphical presentation of this game, but the overall environment, control schemes. I think scaling down the map from the size that it was in Dying Light 2 was a really great decision because there's Dying Light 2 is a really great game, but the map was just so utterly massive. So in this game, the map is smaller, but it is very diverse. There's still a lot of side quests you can do. There's still different secrets that you can find, all different types of secrets from the aspect of like Easter eggs, but also to the aspect of finding different locations that you can get viable items to help either upgrade your character, upgrade their weapon, or craft new items for your inventory. And I found myself using a lot of these items in my inventory that I was crafting a lot more in this game than I did in Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2, I feel like it was more of a focus on the heavy duty weaponry. Now in this game, they did bring the ability of having guns right out the bat. So that was something great. Dying Light 2 kind of introduced them later on. This one right off the bat, there's more of a focus on not just melee weaponry, but automatic weaponry, shotguns, handguns, grenades, so on and so forth. And I found myself using them at times, especially with more powerful high-end enemies. But I still feel like there's nothing better than taking on some of these zombies or chimera with the hand-to-hand combat that's available. Now, speaking of graphical presentation, there's a lot of new improvements with the weathering system. The weathering system is very dynamic. There's a lot of times while you're playing the game that the weather is continuously changing, not just in the sense of just rain, but like very powerful rain. So sometimes you'll get some of these areas of the map and it will start raining and it kind of sprinkles a little bit. But then you'll have other times where it's like a full-fledged thunderstorm. You actually cannot see what is in front of you because of that dynamic weathering system, which I think is really awesome. But as well as those type of environmental improvements, they also improve the overnight gameplay. So not only is the darkness darker than ever, but it is more fearful for you as the player to play overnight or play during the night. So Dying Light 2 kind of introduced a system to where it was like, it suggested that there are times that it's better to go out at night so you can gather materials from these chimera or mutated, enemies. In Dying Light 2, you're able to go around and gather a lot of materials from these certain chimera or mutated enemies. But in this game, it's more or less kind of leads down into the case of like you're taking these characters on, and there's not really a lot of times outside of you facing off against the heavy duty chimera that you're going to have to go out and like hunt down different ones and gather their materials so you can create different stuff like you did kind of in Dying Light 2, because there's different levels of the virus or of the infected this time. So there's the viral, which is like right off the bat whenever you just turn into a zombie. Then there's the biters, which after sunlight, these viral biters become way more kind of out and about. They're very I guess fast in that sense. And what they do is they attempt to grab their prey. And much like the name suggests, biters consume flesh, but the biters are very easily killed alone. But in groups, they can be dangerous. Then there's the degenerate, which is the final stage. Now these right here are a little bit more intensified. They're very fast-paced. They're up in your face. The more sunlight the biters receive, the weaker they become. In other words, the longer they live with this infection, the weaker they become, unless they avoid the UV rays, which is one big thing that is intensified, which I'm getting some of this information from the Dying Light Wiki to give you a better description, because sometimes my mind just gets all over the place. But I will tell you this, there are multiple different versions, as I said. There's the goons, the banshees, the demolishers, the volatiles as well, which the volatiles are really crazy. But then there's the big boss type chimera that you have to face off against, which are massive characters. And sometimes to call those to a certain area, you have to work with equipment that was built by the Baron and call them to that area with this type of red smoke that puffs up. And it gets them all hyped up. And once you take them down, you're able to pull blood from them, inject it into your body, and upgrade your character with more beast abilities. So as I said, with the graphical presentation improved and not only the combat improved, but the improvement of overall life of the zombie hordes and the styles of zombies that you're facing off and chimera and all this other stuff. It's a really unique experience that makes it really worthwhile. When I say this, I'm saying this with full certainty. This is one of the best first-person action-adventure games that I've played this year. Now, I'm sure you guys have already seen some people out there talking about this. I don't know exactly when I'm getting this review up because I am backlogged on a few others, but this game is a stellar experience, is for sure one of my favorite games for the year, but definitely my favorite Dying Light in the series. And I mean, that's going pretty far and few between because like I was able to review this game, but if you had Dying Light 2 or the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you got the game for free. So the fact of the matter that some of these people out there are playing this game completely free because of their purchase of the last game. This is what gaming's about, bro. Releasing a version of a game that continues on the story of one of their favorite characters for free for a lot of their community base is gigantic. It is huge. Now, I can't remember the base price of the game, but I can tell you it is worth whatever the price it's at, if not more than what it's at. It is a really beautiful game. There's so many times that I was playing this game and I was finding myself just like stopping and looking around. I kind of switched back and forth in between quality mode and performance mode, but I have to say, eventually, after some of the updates, day one patches or whatever, I feel like quality mode is a good mode, but performance mode is the best mode for PlayStation 5 for sure. The game just runs really smooth. The quality is still very, very nice. And just overall, it's just one hell of an experience, man. I'm telling you guys this, it is for sure one of my favorite games of the year, and is one hell of an experience for you to play, not just now, but around the time of Halloween, which is right around the corner. We're giving this game a 5 out of 5. Please make sure to check us out at Cineleaks.com for more news. We're having more reviews coming out today, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace out.